Buenos días a todos. Mira, so right now we are on our way to our abuelito's house to paint acerrín for the street for the procesión de Señor de los Corazones. And here are some of our acerrín from last year. There's the buckets we'll be using to color it. There's our cat. He's a cutie. And then here I was actually trying to get a pretty good shot of him because the way he eats, he actually puts like half of his body like almost into the container if he can. And so I was trying to get a shot of that, and then I finally did, and I actually got his feet in there with all his food, and he's just, I don't know, he's just a cutie. And then here are my husband and the men dragging out the acerrín, and here they are sifting it to get out anything that's mixed in that we're not going to be able to have in when we decorate the streets. We have to get it all out, so we have to sift it. Also, guys, for those of you that didn't know, acerrín is sawdust. That's what we use. And then this was my first big bucket of acerrín to paint. And my aunt is mixing up the color right there. We use a powder and like colored powder, and then we mix it into water. And so I was doing red first, and so here she is pouring that color, and then here it is almost completely mixed up. Here I had to go through and make sure I got all of the acerrín really well. I got it colored, and so you have to kind of get down to the bottom and make sure that you got it all mixed in, because once it gets wet it kind of sticks along the edges too. So you've got to really make sure. And as you can see right here, there's still some acerrín that has not been colored. So then you kind of just got to rub your hands through it, get it mixed in, make sure everything is nice and pretty. Here we are doing another color, and it's because when you put the color down, you want it to be very visible, but you also want it to look uniform. You don't want to have any of the original color in there. And then here's my daughter getting her hands in there. She actually really loves painting the acerrín, and she loves playing in it too. It's kind of like fun, like squishy, like sensory type moment for her. So I believe this ended up being more red. I can't remember what color. And then there's that powder I was talking about. That was kind of like a clear yellow, como un amarillo claro, almost like a golden yellow that I believe are going to use for the design around the edge. Here we are with a green color, I believe, como verde, I forget what it's called, but it's kind of like an earthy green, kind of like grass, and so we're going to be using that as well. Then it was time to eat, and there was pozole and tamales. I don't know if that's kind of thing across all Mexico. I'm not exactly sure, but I know where we're from, Sundays are for pozole and tamales, and we actually hadn't eaten that in like months. So here's my husband putting in chicken with mole into his pozole. Then it was time for Spain and Argentina. Okay guys, so up to that point, because here's the thing, is like it had started out kind of slow, the game, and then I kind of had a feeling at some point something was gonna pick up and happen. But I mean, this literally took so long, and I was like so like stressed out. And so at this point I feel like everybody was just stressed out, like, and finally that moment came, and obviously you could hear I was really excited. But yeah, it was just quite a moment. And then he like literally came off the bench and just did that, so it was awesome. Then it was the final whistle. So excited, so happy for them. Look at their fans, and then of course Sergio Ramos with the cup. Okay, so basically, like, it was finally over, and honestly, just the fact that, like, I don't know, it's just, that's how sports is sometimes. It's like the fact that you can come on off the bench, make a goal, and then have it be the game-winning goal. It's like, that's amazing. And Iniesta did that back when they won, you know, several World Cups ago. And honestly, it was just amazing to see him do that. It was really awesome. It was a really good game there at the end, especially into the extra time that they played. I mean, they were just really starting to go at it. But Spain came out on top. I think it was well-deserved, and they played really, really well. And then, of course, there was the trophy presentation. And of course, you have the moment of the cup being passed over. Okay guys, so we all saw that, right? And kind of like honestly same. To be honest, like what you'll see right here, I honestly felt like was just a little bit annoying because I feel like Infantino and Trump did not get out of the way and let Spain have their moment to celebrate. And I feel like just no one else should have been on that podium except for them for obvious reasons. But yeah. Okay guys, but that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, click subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you can keep up with my content. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!